Next up in the Cinful kitchen, Cinful garlic breadsticks. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is get 2.5 cups of warm water. And what I did in this situation was I used a cup of cold and a cup and a half of boiling water to get the right temperature. You want it at around 110 degrees, but not really over that. I apologize for not showing that step. And also, I didn't show you I didn't show you guys the next step, which is to add half a tablespoon to a tablespoon of yeast. And you're going to want to make sure it's completely wet, which it is right now. And then you're going to sprinkle 2 tablespoons of sugar on that. And this is 2. And then you're going to want to let it sit until it gets kind of bubbly. Should be only like 5 minutes. Next, you're going to add a teaspoon of salt, tablespoon of oil, and the next thing you're going to add is gradually stir in 6 cups of flour. And the reason I say gradually is if you've never made homemade bread from scratch before, well, it's kind of tedious. You have to, especially if you don't have a bread maker. I don't have a bread maker, so you have to kind of stir it in very gradually, and it gets kind of sticky and messy and all that. So I'm going to move on with this, and you'll see me in the next step. So once you have put your flour in, mixed your flour in, you're going to knead your dough for, I don't know, a long time, especially if you're doing it by hand, until it's kind of like this. And then what you're going to do is add another tablespoon of oil and grease another bowl with it, and then put the dough in so that it's kind of coated with oil. You're going to want to set the cup of water in the microwave and run it for 2 minutes so that it's nice and damp. Let it sit in the microwave for at least 15 minutes. This gives the dough a chance to rise. Okay, so after about 15 or more minutes, your dough's going to should look like this. It's risen, obviously. You're going to take your fist and you're going to punch it like that to kind of deflate it. Okay, so what I've done is I roll them in my hand. I take the dough and about a palm full, and just kind of roll it in between my hands until it kind of forms like a mini roll, like so. And then I put them on my greased cookie sheet. I preheated my oven to 350. And the next step is I have some egg white and some spices. I have some minced garlic in there, some dried nasturtium, some dill seasoning, salt, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And I have my basting brush. I'm gonna just kind of mix it up, and then I'm going to baste my breadsticks. And when that's done, you're going to put them in your oven for about 10 minutes. 10 to 20, it depends on what kind of oven you have. Mine cooks really fast, so I'm going to put them in at 350 for 10 minutes. And 10 minutes later, you get some Cinful garlic, dill, amazing breadsticks. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Cinful Kitchen. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know how your recipes turned out. And I will see you next time with a brand new recipe.